May Jesus be lifted up and glorified. Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Whether we can relate to the message that I'm going to deliver about dark times or not, I pray that it gives us understanding about the past and our afflictions, and to encourage and bring hope for what's to come in our lives. One of my favorite practices to do on this journey with the Lord, and I encourage you to do it too if you do not, is following what Psalm 77 verses 11 to 12 says. It says, I will remember the Lord's work. Yes, I will remember your ancient wonders. I will reflect on all you have done and meditate on your actions. Truly, I believe, and personally for myself, we benefit from looking back at our past. It allows me to look at a place where I have hope for the future because I've been able to see God hold my hand in the past and walk me through dark times. It allows me to reflect on a place where I was redeemed and that I don't want to go back to. It also allows me to remember his goodness, especially even in the times of silence. And so before I closed my eyes, this was the Bible verse that I had read, and I really was starting to reflect, which I do often, on the things that God has walked me through in the past. If we truly realize it or not, because if our eyes are open or closed to God's goodness, he's truly always been with us. And that's why I enjoy reflecting on and remembering the things that he has done, because back then I didn't realize God has truly been working through our lives this whole time. Psalm 23:4 reads this, even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You ever felt like that one sheep out of those 99? Through your life, it's not being able to understand the evil and the darkness that you're experiencing. That's been me my whole life. I'm going to share a testimony about the darkest time of my life. And as I was reflecting over it last night and how true this scripture is for our lives, there are many things that I went through before I even understood what was going on, like being locked in basements while my mother did drugs, not having a mother, losing her to that lifestyle, not getting along with my brothers and sisters, watching sin before I knew what sin was with alcohol, drugs, and sex. But the darkest time of my life, the darkest valley, and I mean, this was in my high school years, so there was many things after that, but the darkest time of my life that I was reflecting on, I'm going to share. And I hope that it brings you encouragement for the valley that you're walking through right now. 9th grade year, my mother died on my freshman orientation. That year, I started school late, and I walked through that year graduating with honors. I don't even know how I did it, other than the fact that this Bible verse says that your rod and your staff, they comfort me. The very next year after that, 10th grade year during the summer, I went with a friend to protect her with meeting this man. And during that event, I was raped as a virgin, going to go help my friend. And I wasn't even interested in men at that time. That happened to be the darkest part of my life right there. That really could have changed the trajectory of how I was going to grow up. But instead, I now get to reflect and see God truly has always been walking by my side. This is one of the darkest times in my life, but I was able to stand up, to still find joy, to still move forward, and not only move forward and survive, but I thrived and I graduated with honors, and I got to find a job in the career that my heart desired right after that. That is God's work. That is him walking with us in the darkest valley, comforting us with his rod and his staff. And yes, things continued to be dark in my life. Things got worse, things got better, but I suffered a lot of affliction. I suffered a lot in my life, but reflecting on God's work allows me to have hope for the future. We woke up with health. We can be thankful for that. We woke up with God's mercy and grace. I hope we are sure thankful for that. And if we still are finding trouble, struggling with hope for the future because of these dark valleys, I just want to encourage us all, ending this with Psalm 66 verses 10 to 12. And it reads this: For you, God, tested us. You refined us as silver is refined. You lured us into a trap. You placed burdens on our backs, yet you let men ride over our heads. We went through fire and water, but you brought, this is the part, you brought us out to abundance. Now reflect on your past, but look towards to the future. He brought us out. We have an abundant inheritance in heaven. We have an abundant relationship with Jesus. We have an abundant amount of faith, and we have an abundant amount of joy and peace, abundant amount of fruits that we can bear. He has brought us out into abundance, and I pray that that brings you encouragement through your darkest season. May peace be with you all. God bless you. I love you.